What is up, guys? My name is The Nice Watch Guy, and today I'm going to tell you about the best and worst fantasy book I've ever read. Let's get into this. Now guys, just a bit of a background on me. I've watched all of the Lord of the Rings, Game of Thrones and Harry Potter, so you could call me a bit of a nerd for this genre, but I don't care because I absolutely love fantasy. Now, this book is the first in the Kingkiller Chronicles, which is written by Patrick Rothfuss, and I absolutely love the way he's called each of his books. Without spoiling too much, the main character, Kvothe? I have no idea how to call it. Let's call him Kvothe. Okay, so the main character, Kvothe, has an amazing and eventful life, and he's now very well known. But he has left his life in the past behind him and has changed his name and now works as an innkeeper in his own inn. So basically, he's just done crazy things throughout his life, and he's super well known. Like, nearly everyone knows who he is. A chronicler, comes to his inn and recognizes him as Kvothe and pleads him to tell him his story about his life. Kvothe agrees, but he says he needs 3 days to explain his whole life story, and the chronicler writes it all down. And this book is the first of 3 days of storytelling. So this is the first day, then the second book is the second day, and the third day is the third book, which hasn't come out yet. And you can see here, it's called The Kingkiller Chronicle Day 1. I love the way he called it. That is such an interesting way of starting a book. Now, I just love that concept because I've never ever seen that done before, and it's just really refreshing to go back to how humans did it since the beginning of time, really, and tell stories mouth to mouth from the past. I just actually love that because it's just so refreshing. Now, even though I love this, once I heard that the book was going to be told like that, I thought that Patrick wasn't going to do a really good job of it, but he actually pulled it off amazingly. It's brilliant. Let's talk about the magic in this book, because this is obviously a fantasy book and it always will have magic. So the magic in this book, I like it. I really like it. It's not like Harry Potter where every second person can do magic. It's way more subtle and it's way more hidden and secret. In the past, people used to be able to do magic, but it's actually more like frowned upon in society and it's way more secretive. Only a few people know it. And I like that way more. It's not like I like it more, but it's just refreshing because nearly every show it's like, oh, Harry Potter can do magic and crazy stuff. Oh, Hermione can do it as well. As like loads of other people can do it. But in this book, only rarely people can do this. Now, guys, I've got a negative about the magic system because I've read this whole book, which is like 664 pages. Wait, how long is it? No, it's not 664. It is. No, wait. 662 pages. And I still don't really get the magic system. I have an idea, but I still don't get it. But I don't really like that because it feels like that's kind of a method. So let's say Kvothe, he gets in a sticky situation, and because we don't know the exact boundaries of the magic system, Patrick, he could just pull in something crazy to save Kvothe, and it's not really good storytelling. I just really feel that that's like that's a tool to save the character in a sticky situation because you don't fully understand the boundaries of the system. And I also extremely love, this is what has made me love this book the most, the way the magic is explained. It's explained more like science, and I'm a very logical person. I like science. I like when things make sense and when you've got one rule and it applies to everything. That's exactly how the magic is explained in this book. It's explained exactly like science and it's very logical. I love that. Let's talk about what I love about this book. Now, let's talk about the positives. Talking about the positives of this book. Oh my god, is this book engaging. I spent a week to finish this. I was literally reading this book for a week and I finished all the 662 pages. I found myself devouring this book. This book, bro, I read this in a whole week and I was basically reading that whole week. The whole time I was reading. It was insane how engaging this book is. And I saw loads of reviews online saying that, oh, this book is going to be brilliant, it's going to be amazing. And I really found it to be really amazing. Maybe that's just because of my opinion and how I like stories, but I just really found this amazing. I found the world building amazing. I found the story brilliant. I just found so many things about this book exactly to my taste and amazing. And if you're anything like me, you'll absolutely love this book, I'm sure of it. Now, let's talk about the problem with this book that just sticks out like a sore thumb and I hate it. Now, this problem lies within the main character, Kvothe. And to tell you the truth, guys, I really, really love this character. I love the way he acts. I love his mannerisms, and I like him a lot. But there's a few things about him that is just, it just sticks out like a sore thumb again. As I said, guys, I love Kvothe, but it just seems like he's too flawless. When you're reading it, it just seems like he can do everything brilliantly. Socially, he's brilliant. Physically, he's brilliant. He's super athletic, and mentally, he's just a genius. It just seems like this kid has got it all sorted out. And let me give you an example of when this happened. So basically, he saw one of his rivals in the school speaking with this girl, and he just thought that he needs to respect the guy, and he just needs to belittle the other guy, his rival. So he walks in the room, and he just makes him seem like a little kid. His comebacks are so witty, so fast, and this kid is also so young. It's insane how flawless he is. And as I was reading the book, I was just like, fuck off, Kvothe, no way you can do that. And he's like 13 years old. Come on, man. It was just insane. And I just found myself, I had to catch myself sometimes when I was reading this, because I was thinking like, are all 13-year-olds like this? Like, come on, are all 13-year-olds like this? And I started feeling like inferior to this guy, to Kvothe in the book, because I was like, I was nowhere near that crazily like flawless when I was young. So I had to catch myself sometimes when I was reading this. Now that can be explained in two ways, because Kvothe is in his inn explaining the story to his apprentice and the chronicler who's writing it down. This can be explained as Kvothe just skewing the story and making himself seem absolutely flawless. Or the second option is that Patrick just made a flawless character, which is just bad story writing. Which just means either of the two options just mean that it's just bad. Why would you do that? The first option, where Kvothe is actually skewing the story, is slightly better, and that's just the big problem with this book. Going back to Kvothe, the only problem that he really has is that he's not that great at speaking with girls. But he's 13! Of course he has problems with speaking with girls. Are you crazy? He's 13 years old. Otherwise, he's a genius. He's super athletic. He can do magic. He can... Oh, man, he's just flawless. This guy is flawless. He's amazing. If this guy was real, he'll be worshipped, I swear. And that's why I said this is one of the best and the worst books that I've ever read, because it has some glaring problems, but beside them, I absolutely love this book to bits. And I love the way the story's been told, the magic, the setting, the other characters, and how incredibly engaging it is, and basically everything else about this book I love, apart from those few problems. In conclusion, guys, I think this book is an absolutely amazing read with a few minor problems. But I would 100% recommend this to anyone, because the positives of this book, it nearly just completely blows away all the negatives about this book. So, overall, this book is brilliant, man. If you can hear a motorbike, sorry, because my brother turned on his motorbike. I'm sorry about that. Are you serious? Oh my god, man. He turned it off! Oh my god. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, remember, guys, you can click the link in the description if you want to check out an audio preview of this book and the best prices for the physical book, so don't forget to check those out. Also, one more thing before I go, guys. If you go through my link in the description, you can get the audio book for free with a free trial from Audible, so I don't know if you want to do that. But you've got another option, which is the hardcover for $12.99, and the third option, which I would personally pick if I was to buy this book, which is the paperback version, which is on sale right now, and I don't know how long it will last, so be sure to check it out through my link soon if you're thinking of buying, not to miss out on this special deal. Alright, that's been me, the Nice Watch Guy, and I'll see you guys later.